I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you some interesting questions from recent test papers. Here's the one from polynomial functions. Question number 8. It says, if the divisor of a polynomial f of x is x plus 2, then quotient is x squared minus 7x plus 12 and the remainder is minus 1. Write an equation for f of x. Part B is rewrite the equation from part A by factoring x squared minus 7x plus 12, and part C is graph f of x using your result from part B. You can pause the video, copy the question and then answer. This is an interesting question. Here's my copy of this question. It is, if the divisor of the polynomial f of x is x plus 2, then the quotient is x squared minus 7x plus 12 and the remainder is minus 1. Write the equation for the function, right? So first part is writing the equation of the function. Let's write function f of x should be divisor times the quotient, correct, plus the remainder. So that is the equation which you all know. So we'll just substitute all the given things. We say if the divisor is x plus 2, so divisor is x plus 2 times the quotient is x squared minus 7x plus 12 and the remainder is minus 1, then we get our function f of x. So that is the part A for us, right? Now part B is rewrite the equation from part A by factoring x squared minus 7x plus 12. So let's do that part, which is x plus 2. So we are doing part B now. So part B, x plus 2 times, we are looking for two numbers whose product is 12 and whose sum is minus 7. 4 times 3, both negative, right? So we get x minus 4 times x minus 3, correct? So that is the factored form, correct? So we are done part B, and now let's do part C. It says graph f of x using your result from part B. So we have to use this result and then graph the function. Now sometimes students find it very difficult since they do a mistake, and that is they kind of expand this part combined with minus 1 and then try to factor. Well, that is extremely difficult. What you need to do is rewrite this function as if it's a combination of two functions. Let's say this factored term is g of x. In that case, I can write f of x as equal to, let me show you, g of x minus 1. Do you get the idea? So that is what is required here. So it's kind of a tricky question. So you need to understand what your teacher wants and then answer. So now I think it is much simpler than what it was. So let's now try to sketch this function. So let me just draw. We have got zeros at minus 2, plus 3 and plus 4. So I'm drawing, let's say this is my y-axis, right? And that is my x-axis. So my drawings, as you have always seen, are very approximate, right? The idea is to teach you how to do, and these approximate drawings actually are acceptable in the test paper also. Okay, so we are not working with the graph paper. We'll just make our scale. So to sketch this function, what we have 3 zeros. So I'm sketching g of x first, right? G of x for me is x plus 2 times x minus 4 times x minus 3. Is it okay? So we have 3 zeros, right? The first one here is at minus 2, right? This is one of the zeros. The other one here is, this is 2. Let us say this is 4. So the next one is at 4. Okay, so this is also 0. This is also 0. All are linear zeros. And then one we have at 3. Let's say this is 3 for us. Okay, so this is 3. Now the polynomial, all leading coefficients, in this case when you multiply, leading coefficient is going to be positive. Is it okay? Let us also find what is g of 0, y-intercept. So when I substitute 0 here, I get 2 times minus 4 times minus 3. That is plus 24. Is it okay? So that is my y-intercept for g of x. Now since it is leading coefficient is positive, we know right side is up and odd degree opposite ends. So we'll start from quadrant 3, right? So we'll start from quadrant 3 and go to quadrant 1. That's the idea. All are linear zeros. We'll just cross them with a smooth graph. So let me just make a graph first, kind of like this, right? So let's say that is the graph. You can of course take some values when you are given a graph paper so that you get more accurate results. But this is good enough. It works, right? So this is x for you, and now we have drawn g of x. The idea is to sketch f of x, correct? So how do you sketch f of x now? So as you can see, f of x is basically equals to g of x minus 1. So you have to bring down each term 1 unit down, right? So for us, let's say there's a break in this, and this point is 24 for us, correct? So 24. Now let us say 1 unit is this much for us on the y-axis. Then we can bring every point 1 unit down. You get an idea? 1 unit down. So we can just shift the graph 1 unit down. Is it okay? So when you bring it 1 unit down, in that case the graph will be kind of like this. Is it okay? And then from here also draw a graph as if it has been translated 1 unit down. Do you see that? So that graph becomes f of x. Correct? So that is how you can sketch the graph for this particular function. It is extremely important question. Go through it once again. Try to understand the concepts. They will definitely help you in solving such questions. I am Anil Kumar. You can subscribe and share my videos. Thank you and all the best.